On the left-hand side, you can see the artificial intelligence algorithm, which we call the BitcoinTAF AI algorithm. This predicted in the year 2022, 2021 that there was a top of 69,000 in Bitcoin. So what happened is that Bitcoin dropped into a WXY. On the right-hand side, you can see here, this is how it played out, a WXY. Our members had access to this data for a very long time. We predicted that the market will turn around here. See that yellow little move there? See that yellow little move there? Bitcoin has followed the exact path as what we predicted here. From this point onwards, we got into wave point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what we call the number 7 godly cycle. Is the market going to drop from here onwards, or is the market going to spike up to the upside? I guess time will tell, but our members already have this data. Well, let's have a look and see how this played out over time. There you can see Bitcoin drops, making these moves, wanting to pull back to the downside. And our members had this data for a very long time. Here you can see that Bitcoin is hitting that 69,000. And at that time point, we predicted that Bitcoin is going to go down for 9 months plus 3 months. My exact words at that time was that Bitcoin is going to drop for 9 months and then turn around for 3 months. We will not know where that turnaround is unless Bitcoin makes this yellow move to the upside. And on the left-hand side, you can see the algorithm data, how it goes down into the W, and you can see now shortly how it drops into the W, where the demand and correction zone number 1 or 3 is introduced. This is really amazing. You should really think about following us here on BitcoinTAF.com. We've got incredible data. If you want to know the future of Bitcoin, I hear so many people that says nobody can predict the price of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. We can do it. We are the Nostradamus of cryptos. We know what the market is going to do in advance. How would you have done if you knew this data in the last year in advance? Exactly how my customers have this data. Remember, we came here to the top here, January of 2024, and I gave our members a sell signal. And I said the market is going to drop. Exactly what the algorithm data is showing. If you want to know what happens here after number 7, then you need to subscribe to BitcoinTAF.com, get into the long-term trade reports. You also get the Elliott Wave reports added with your subscription. You cannot trade without this data. Here you can see we hit X, W, X, Y. We're now going to get into that Y. Let me just move this to the side. And very slowly you can see that we dropped here into our demand correction zone number 2 of 3. Remember, this is also where the Celsius Lunar USD crisis started. And our data foresaw that there will be a crisis similar to what you can see on the left-hand side with the banking crisis way back in the 1900s, 1980, 1990, etc., before 2008. And here you can see that we're dropping right through that demand correction zone, and we are now here at the bottom. At this point on 18 June 2022, we call the low in Ethereum. We call the low in multiple cryptocurrencies, but we said that Bitcoin has still got one more leg to go down. And here you can see exactly on the left-hand side what we predicted. And you'll now see that Bitcoin is dropping right down here to the bottom here. And at that time point, very soon, you're going to see the market turn around. When the WXY was completed, exactly what you see on the left-hand side, when that was completed, then the market went sideways and then suddenly broke out. During this period of time, we also had the FTX and the Binance bank run, and all sorts of other bank runs in America, which we accurately predicted. I'm going to ask you again, how valuable is this data to you? Here you will see that we told our members, just be patient, be patient, be patient. We want to see that W with one more leg down. There we go, right into the target that we had, which was the bottom. And as you can see now, as the market is going to follow this blue algorithm line, which we got from the left-hand side of the algorithm that predicts the future. Now again, everybody tells me that nobody in the world can predict the market of Bitcoin, but we can. With our AI algorithm, it's now an artificial intelligence algorithm that learns from historical data, and then it predicts what will happen in the future. This whole cycle from the top to the bottom is called the number 13 mastery pattern. And then as you can see, we jumped upwards, exactly what you can see on the left-hand side. The market started moving upwards here. And then remember where everybody was calling that Bitcoin is going to go down to 10,000, 5,000. And we were saying, don't worry about it. We're going to have a bit of a drop. Then we're going to spike between these two red lines. And as you can see, the market started turning upwards. We had a vertical spike here to the downside. But what I said to members in our reports, and you can go and read the historical data in our reports, that I said there will be a spike to the downside, but it will return into a vertical spike to the upside. There you can see we've got that vertical spike to the upside after the FTX and the Binance bank run. The market turned around. Then we formed this little pennant. And on the left-hand side with the algorithm, you can also see that we are following the pennant between the two red lines. There you can see how we're starting to go down and everybody was fearing for their life. Now remember, at this point here, we said, be careful. There could be a drop because of the leaked Pentagon documents. And we said this will not happen. There will be no crash. How important is that data to you? When you knew that we will come down to the bottom here, all our members knew that. And then suddenly we have a vertical spike to the upside. So that drop we predicted will not happen. Then what we said is going to be a vertical spike to the upside. And then what will happen is that this number 7 godly cycle will start forming. It will be 7 cycles to the upside. Look at the number 1, the 2, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right to the top. And we predicted that right here at the bottom, at that bottom point, that Bitcoin is going to go between 46 and 48,000. That will be the top, and we exit out of that top. We told our members that the market will drop you down to the bottom. At this bottom, we said it will not go lower than that 24,000. We started entering positions as the market dropped, and we entered positions in most of the altcoins. A coin like INJ went up 3,000% between this level and that level. Here you can see that the market is starting to turn around. The number 1 was complete. Number 2 here at the bottom. And now in that circle, and on the left-hand side, you can also see the circle here. So just follow on the left with the 2 red lines with a circle and then the number 7 godly cycle. What you need to remember that on the left-hand side is that we are on approximately about 2.7 to 3 day. But on this side where Bitcoin is playing out, this is the 12-hour chart. When you get into BitcoinTAF.com, you are going to get this data in advance. And look at that beautiful spike that we have there right into this point number 3. And then we said there's going to be a bit of a pullback here, a drop, but nothing to be worried about. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit and look what happened here. We started spiking from the number 666, which is the 33.3K, where we told our members that's going to be a vital point where the market is going to spike up here to about point number 5. A bit of a pullback here, and now we get our final run here. As you can see on the left-hand side too, point number 7 is coming. Our members had this data from way, way back in September. How easy is it to trade with this? And here you can see that the market is heading right up there to point number 7, between 46 and 48. We exit, and now it's at the bottom. Is the market going to drop lower? Or is the market now going to break out to the upside? This is what I call the next cycle, which is the number 16, Prince of Jerusalem cycle. And my question here today is, are we going to go up and drop downwards here? Or is the market perhaps going to freak everybody out and just rally upwards? Our members already have this data. I want to give you the option today to sign up in BitcoinTAF.com. Go there and get your long-term trade subscription from myself. My name is Marius Landman. You are going to get my unique artificial intelligence algorithm based on Elliott Wave included in your subscription. It's a very limited opportunity to get access to my data. I suggest sign up for a 1-year subscription. Get the data. You will not be sorry. Our members already had this data. How valuable can this data be to you? I'm going to ask you that question again. Can you afford to trade without this data? I'm going to tell you now what my members say. They say, we are thankful for having this data. We do not know how we traded without this data. We've got hundreds and hundreds of testimonies. Go and read it on BitcoinTAF.com. Guys, we want to build the world's largest community. Go to BitcoinTAF.com, sign up, then go and get your subscription. Again, it's called the Long-Term Trade Reports. Have a fantastic day. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. This is Marius Landman. Today is 27 January 2024. Let 2024 be your best year ever. Get this data and you'll see that 2024 is going to be a great year. Our members already experienced 2023 as being the best year ever. 2024 is going to be better because we know what's going to happen. Is the market going to drop or is the market going to break out? We already sold. We already sold. You need to know what's going to happen because this will be the difference between you making a huge gain, protecting your capital, or losing a lot. Thank you. This is Marius Landman. Have a great weekend.